Hi there, my lovelies. This is Jana here. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to bring to you a recipe with a lot of vegetables that you can change and pick the ones you like the most. Made into a muffin, a savory muffin. And this recipe is perfect because the shape is very appealing, especially for kids. It's super cute and it's super nutritious and super delicious, and it can be made gluten-free. So follow me and I'll show you how I put it together. Now, one thing, very important, watch the video until the end, because at the end I always give you tips and considerations about the recipe, okay? So I would advise you to always, on my videos, the last part are sometimes the most important, because I give you all the tips and everything that happened in the recipe that I realized that I want to pass on to you guys, okay? So here I have chosen zucchini, carrots, and of course onions. I love onions. I put onions on everything I can. And as you know, zucchini, they have a lot of water inside, okay? And we need to get rid of this water. Why? Because if we use the zucchini as it is, raw, or without squeezing the water out of it, at the end we're going to have to adjust the amount of liquid to overcompensate the amount of liquid with flour. We don't want that. So we control the amount of liquid at the beginning, so we don't need to go through this process at the end, okay? So for that, you have two ways you can get rid of the water. Number one is to do like we're doing. You saute them until they're golden brown, okay? Or you can salt them and then let them sit for a while in a counter, cover of course, and then you squeeze it. I like to use a potato masher for that. But I like browned saute vegetables better, so that's what I did, okay? But you can choose. So a little bit of olive oil to the pot or pan, and then the onions. And when the onions are translucent, add the zucchini, add salt, because salt pulls out the water from the vegetables, and this way they will cook faster. Stir a little bit, and then you add the carrots, some black pepper, and now you saute everything until golden brown. Remember, you have to see absolutely no liquid in the pot. Now we're going to add squeezed and chopped frozen spinach. It has to be squeezed very well, okay? And we saute. Now we add it to a bowl and allow it to cool. Now this step, the cooling process, is very important because we're going to mix the vegetables with some type of flour, okay? And if you add the cooked vegetables and the warm vegetables in the flour starts to cook, and by the time you put it in the oven, it's going to be a little bit of a mess. I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it's best not to gamble, okay? So this is a very good tip that I have for you. Now we're going to, now that it's cold, we fast forwarded. So now that it's cold, we are going to add to these vegetables, we're going to add flour. Here I'm using rice flour and any type of hard vegan cheese, grated. A little bit more salt, baking powder, a tiny bit of water or unsweetened plant-based milk, and we mix. Now remember I told you at the beginning that it's important to control the amount of water at the beginning. So here I see that it's a little bit dry, which is wonderful, okay? Because now I can choose to add water, vegetable broth, or unsweetened plant-based milk, okay? And then we're going to add a little bit more. The amount is very imprecise for me to say because it depends on the vegetables, how big you cut, how long you cooked, and the type of your flour. But the consistency is this. Don't forget to preheat the oven. this recipe is one of my favorites because not only it's visually appealing, which is important, you see all the vegetables and it's very colorful, but it's simple to make, you know. I like to make and then freeze it. It's totally freezable, okay? And it's also wonderful to have cold. And it's a very nice way to introduce vegetables to the kids, okay? So why not to try? I mean, and you can use any vegetables of your choice. I would advise you to be careful with the tomatoes because of all the water of the tomatoes. If you use tomatoes, remove the seeds, okay? And the mushrooms, so saute the mushrooms together with the onions because mushrooms, again, they have a lot of water. And this is it for today. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you make it, please let me know in the comments. It's very nice with a tartar sauce or a yogurt sauce or whatever your imagination calls for. Just make it because it's very summery and pretty, and we like pretty things, don't we? So I will see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thumbs up as always, and full recipe on my website over here, and I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful week. Bye bye.